beauty and cosmetic industry has been considered Kenya's new hub of investments, attracting investors and international brands. But how far have we come? And what are some of the regulations that have been put in place to regulate this industry? Today, we are looking at the growth and regulations of the beauty and cosmetic industry. We have ourselves a solid panel to help us make sense of it. We have Suzy Wakabi, who is the founder, Suzy Beauty, a Kenyan manufacturer of makeup and skincare products. We have Dennis Karuri, who is a celebrity makeup artist. And we have Lucy Ikonya, who is the manager for trade affairs at the Kenya Bureau of Standards. Welcome to the 4th episode of the Statement Podcast.
Thank you.
My name is Paul Odhiambo. To break the ice, I would like to know some of the random myths that you have ever had around the beauty and cosmetic industry. I'll start with you, Suzy.
That it is a frivolous, very easy to work in industry, maybe not a career. That is a myth.
Okay. Dennis?
Another myth is people think that it started with the people with the whites, but no, makeup started in Africa.
Really?
Originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucy, have you ever had any myths in the beauty and cosmetic industry?
Yeah, one of the things that people talk a lot about is that this industry is quite complicated, but to be honest, it's not.
It's not that complicated.
To demystify it today.
Oh, that's amazing. So we'll just start with you, Suzy. What has been the inspiration behind Suzy Beauty?
What inspired me to start the brand is I found a gap in the retail cosmetics space whereby at that time, this was in 2009, all beauty products were imported, a lot of them not properly and way overpriced. Basically unaffordable product that didn't even really work for us. So it was a bit of a place of frustration that made me start the brand.
It was an opportunity. I'll come to Dennis. You studied agribusiness.
Yes.
And then right now you are a pro makeup artist.
Yeah.
So what inspired the career change?
So when I was doing agriculture, it was my undergraduate. And, it was just after high school, and I had to make a choice of courses that I can do in university. Yeah. Beauty was very far from what I thought I'd do. Yeah. So through my course in agriculture, I started modeling, and that is what brought about now makeup. Yeah, because makeup was done on me, and that is how my makeup journey began.
Yeah. And as you do your makeup, as you are in your professional line, are your products locally made, or how do you source your products?
It depends. Some of them are locally made, some are not locally made. I have to import. Some of them are resold, so people buy, then they resell here. Yeah.
So where do you buy them? Is it supermarkets, stores?
Mostly stores, online stores, and from individual, like someone traveled abroad, then they came with extra products, they want to sell it to their friends, so I just buy from such people as well.
Okay.
And then he also goes to Suzy Beauty to buy.
Yes, also Suzy Beauty store.
Lucy, I'll just come to you directly. We have different beauty products being sold in open-air markets and others in supermarkets, and also we have others being sold in the pharmacies. How do we know that these products are safe?
Yeah, so first, the products that we have in the market, they have different kinds of claims and also different kinds of ingredients. So for the products that have any medical or therapeutic claims, these ones would be regulated by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, and so they will be sold exclusively in the pharmacies. Then we do have now the general cosmetics that are for basically beautifying, cleaning, and keeping in good order. So these ones will be found in the open air market, and also they'll be found, for example, in the supermarkets. In relation to safety, we do have the Kenya Bureau of Standards is responsible for ensuring the quality of products in the market. So these products, if they are locally manufactured, they have what you call the standardization mark. So our consumers should be on the lookout for that. And for the imported products, they also have the import standardization mark as well. So KEBS takes the responsibility to ensure that the quality of the products is well taken care of. In relation to safety, we do have more than 120 national standards where the safety aspects are elaborated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just on that note, how do you ensure that consumers know of some of the banned products or illegal or substandard products, apart from you sharing them on your website or online platform? Do you think that there is enough sensitization about this?
This is actually an ongoing process. So we do a lot of workshops as well, where we put together the general consumers, the saloonists, the traders, the importers, but also we work with the associations. It's very important for us to work very closely with consumer organizations. Also, for example, the Cosmetology Association of Kenya, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. So we do work together with them to be able to also pass the message to the consumers and to the general stakeholders.
Thank you so much for the insight. And I'll just come back to you, Suzy. Conceptualization and sales of your products are done locally, but manufactured in a different country.
Yes.
So how do you ensure that your products are not duplicated in any version to be sold in a cheaper rate?
In terms of counterfeiting?
Yes.
There's a few different agencies that, even in the private sector, that help you tackle the counterfeit situation.
Yes.
And then the association of the agency, the counterfeiting agency here is helpful with that. I cannot guarantee that my product has never been counterfeited, but we do what we can to just be out there and regulate it.
I'll come to Dennis. I want to understand something from your perspective. We have heard that there are some products that have got toxic ingredients, just as Lucy has mentioned. So how do you ensure that products you buy have the right ones and do not have any effects to you and to your clients?
So normally for us, we do have swatching. There's a process called swatching. So swatching is the process of testing your product's its performance, if it's reaction on you, so you can swatch. But then the number one thing we check is the ingredients. So before you buy the product, you have to go back and look at the ingredients. There are certain ingredients that once you see that ingredient, this is not the product to buy. For example, lead. If you see lead in mostly lipsticks, you don't buy that because it is progressively harmful to you as you use it. So some ingredients are harmful and they have that substandard quality. So I think also because of the standardization by KEBS, they have ensured that there are minimal or no products like that in the market.
Okay. Lucy, in 2020, you introduced new standards to regulate the cosmetic sector. Could you perhaps enlighten us on some of them and also what has been achieved so far since you initiated them?
Yeah, so in Kenya we have over 120 Kenya standards. So in 2020, the ones that were released are part of that, and these are regional harmonized standards. That means they are East Africa standards, which have been agreed upon by the 5 partner states. And these ones, for example, we had the standards for baby oils, body oils, lipstick, lip gloss, and also aftershave and hairsprays, among others, and also the standards for shea butter. So once the standards are discussed and harmonized at regional level, we usually take them through an adoption process to make them into Kenya standards. And now this is what was being adopted in 2020. These products, they are very important for the safety of the product and also for consumer protection, given that they give the chemical requirements for the products. That means the functionality, the product needs to function, so the standards elaborate on the functionality aspect. And also in relation to safety, they look at restricting the levels of contaminants like the heavy metals, lead, arsenic, mercury. We also look at restricting microbiological contamination, so they also limit the amount of microorganisms that should be in that product, so making it safe. And also they elaborate on the labeling aspect and also the packaging aspect. So with this, we are able to ensure that the products are safe in the market for consumer use, and also it also promotes trade, it facilitates trade across the borders, and also assists in terms of trade facilitation as well.
We will get back to some of the pointers that you have indicated, just to see how the strides that you have done. And allow me just to come back to you, Suzy. How is the beauty and cosmetic industry now in 2020 compared to 2 decades ago, or when you began, when you tapped into the market?
In terms of product selection,
yes,
way bigger. When I was first starting Suzy Beauty, there was actually no local competition, and since then there have come a few local makeup brands, which I vouch for and really appreciate, the progress. There's a lot of international interest and brands that have come into the country. And also in terms of when I was starting my product line, I don't know that it's moved much further, but Kebs, congratulations. They are so stringent with the ingredients that we use and that type of thing. I had to do a lot of studying at their libraries, just going through what I'm allowed to use, what I'm not allowed to use, even finding out that a lot of international brands use ingredients that are illegal in this country per Kebs. So that's amazing. And then in terms of even the makeup artistry industry, it has grown by leaps and bounds. When I was starting off, there was just a few professional makeup artists. These guys are plenty and doing amazing.
And I think we'll listen to you, just tell us the transformation.
So a lot of growth in all areas of the industry.
So you are saying that the industry has grown.
Absolutely.
All right.
By leaps and bounds. It remains recession-proof, pandemic-proof.
Let us hear from you, Dennis. What are some of the changes or advancements that has happened in the beauty and cosmetic industry right now compared to how when you began?
So far, I can say that there are more players in the industry. The industry has had more people participating actively and directly working under the beauty and cosmetic industry. When I began around 2016, there was no much independence in terms of, you as an artist could use whatever canvas. Like, you can use a male, a female, an old lady, and like an elderly person. There was no much independence and freedom to do all that, because there was there was that it was maybe still growing, I guess. So right now things are a bit more broad, and in terms of also guys are also entering into the makeup industry, and they're really doing the business. So generally I can say there has been immense growth, even from the few years that I've been in the industry. Actually right now there are more makeup artists who have come up after me, as opposed to the ones that I found in the industry.
In terms of digitization, has it boosted your brand in any way?
Yes. So also the tech aspect of beauty, I think that's what has made me really grow over time, and also in maybe a short span of time that people I'm known in a wide variety. So technology, social media, internet played a very major role.
As a manufacturer, allow me to ask you the same question. Has technology played any role in your growth?
It has, of course, and continues to do so. In fact, I've coined the term beauty tech because that is the space that I will be going into. In terms of even social media, that is an amazing marketing tool to grow the brand, to sell product as well. E-commerce has grown a lot. Digital, everything's digital basically. We're selling online, we're selling on the phone. Everyone has a smartphone. So it's made a great difference.
Allow me, Lucy, to take you back on the issue of banned products. Let's say you ban a product X. How do you ensure that they don't find their way back to the market? And also, for those that have been banned and they have decided to use the ingredients in the right way as your prescription, will you consider having them back in the market?
Yeah, for a start, let me elaborate on the issue of the banned cosmetics. So we do have some ingredients which are banned for use in cosmetic products. These include, for example, hydroquinone, the corticosteroids, the heavy metals like mercury. So for products with the hydroquinone and the corticosteroids, these ones would need to be registered by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board for use as medical products. So they're not allowed for use in cosmetics. And these ones, how we ensure that they don't come into the market, we have a program called the Pre-Export Verification of Conformity Program, where all imported products must obtain a certificate of conformity for them to be allowed into the country. So one of the things they check, of course, are the ingredients and the labeling. So if the product has those ingredients or the labeling indicates that they have those ingredients, they wouldn't be allowed in. They wouldn't pass the required standards for it to have a certificate of conformity. And also in the market, we also have market surveillance, where our officers from time to time, they do spot inspections in the supermarkets and in the open air and in the other areas to ensure that those products are not in the market.
That's nice. That's nice.
You said hydroquinone.
And the steroids,
corticosteroids.
Yeah. So any product containing hydroquinone is limited to pharmaceutical use. It should not be used as a beauty cream. The steroids also, they are also restricted to pharmaceutical use. So those products should be registered by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. Number two, they should only be sold in the pharmacies. So they should not be used as beauty products. They're supposed to be used under medical use, meaning prescription. And so also this is an alert to our consumers to make sure that they check the ingredients of their beauty products to ensure they don't have these ingredients.
Thank you. Thank you for enlightening us on that. And Suzy, cosmetic industry is advancing, attracting international brands. Does that pose a threat to the Kenyan-made products, or is it an offer for a good competitive market?
I think competition is the best thing. First of all, the international brands flocking into the market, that says a lot about our market. The Kenyan and African beauty industries are growing really well, that international players are interested. In fact, I'll give you an example. When I was leaving the US in 2007, I was actually talking with MAC Cosmetics to ask them to come to Kenya, and they said it's nowhere in their next 20-year plan. They were here a few years ago, So that says a lot about our market. And does it affect our local brands? No. We just play along with them. There's space for everybody in the market.
Okay. I'm being told that our time is almost up, but I just want to hear your opinion on this, Lucy. Corruption remains a big issue in Kenya. What is KEBS doing to ensure that officials are not being compromised as they do inspections of locally manufactured products?
Yeah, first of all, we do have code of ethics, first of all as government officials, but also as the Kenya Bureau of Standards. And one of the things we do is to ensure that every officer signs that. So it guides you as an officer. And also number two is also the issue of the new, we do have some new international standards on anti-bribery and so on. And we are doing a lot of sensitization, first of all amongst our staff and also countrywide to be able to ensure that the officers avoid what we call the wet areas. And also we've done a lot of we've computerized all the systems to ensure that we minimize the person-to-person contact, because that is where the problem would be an area that would predispose one to that. So ensuring that we are able to ensure that all our systems are automated. So there's very little human-to-human contact. So that has assisted a lot as well.
Okay. Just less than a minute each. Let me just find your view on this. What's your take on industry in the next 5 years as a contributor to the Kenyan economy?
Even statistics show that it will continue to be a huge contributor. Right now the industry is worth 5.4 billion shillings and it's going to rise by a few percent every year. So completely a huge contributor. Yes.
Dennis, how's the future like?
Yeah, I feel like the future is there will be more and more players in the industry, and especially young people. Young people are finding it easy to come to the beauty and entertainment industry because it's more inclined towards what you can do as a skill. Like your skill is what will set you. So I think for also young people, they're going to take up the space a bit more.
Yes. Lucy?
Yeah, the future is bright. I would like to invite all the stakeholders to work together with us so that we can be able to make the industry even better and also for us to facilitate trade.
Can I add one last thing?
Yes.
People help us with the industry by not buying counterfeit products. And whoever is producing them, please stop. It's not good for anything. It's not good for the industry. It's not good for ourselves, our health, all the things. So please, let's kill that.
That point is home. So this is where we end our episode for today, and we are leaving so much enlightened on what KEBS does in the industry and also how the future looks like for the beauty and cosmetic industry. Thank you all so much for accepting our invitation to come to this show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
My name is Paul Odhiambo, and this is The Statement.